Congratulations! You're the default parent. You didn't apply for the role. Nobody handed you a title or a plaque. It just happened quietly, the way water fills a low spot in the ground. One day you were a partner in a household. Then you were the one who knew the pediatrician's name, the one who knew which kid is allergic to amoxicillin, which one can't sleep without the fan on, which one needs the crusts cut off, and which one will cry if you even try. You became the person the school calls first, the person the babysitter texts, the emergency contact that actually answers. It happened so gradually you almost didn't notice. Almost. Here's what a typical Tuesday looks like. You're up before anyone else. The lunches won't make themselves. You already know what each child will and won't eat because you've been running that mental database for years. You pack the bags. You sign the permission slip you found crumpled at the bottom of a backpack at 11 the night before. You find the missing shoe. It's always one shoe, never both. You get everyone out the door and you drive to drop off and then you go to work. You work a full day, then you come home, and the second shift starts immediately. Your partner works too. That part is important. This isn't about someone being lazy or absent. They show up. They love the kids. Nobody is the villain here, but there is a gap. A wide, invisible, mostly unspoken gap between the parent who manages everything and the parent who helps when asked. You are the one who manages. Your partner is the one who helps. And that difference is enormous. It sounds small written out like that. It doesn't feel small when you're living inside it. Think about the mental load alone. At any given moment, you are tracking appointments, school events, friend drama, growth spurts, which size pants fit right now, which teacher has the nut allergy policy, when the dentist was last visited, when it needs to happen again. Your brain is running 40 open tabs at all times. Some of them have been open for years. Your partner's brain has maybe 4 tabs. One of them is sports scores. You don't resent them exactly, but you notice. You definitely notice. You know the pediatrician's preferred bedtime for each child. You know which one gets a stomachache during tests and needs a pep talk the morning of. You know that the middle one has started faking illness to stay home, and you've already figured out what that's actually about. You know the names of all the friends, which ones are trustworthy, which friendships are on shaky ground. You know the teacher's grading rubric because you read the syllabus 3 times. You know what your partner had for lunch because you packed it. You know what they're about to ask for before they ask for it. This knowledge is power and burden in equal measure. It's useful and exhausting. It's necessary and unfair. The logistics are just the surface. Underneath those is something harder. You are the emotional landing pad. Your kid has a bad dream at 2 in the morning. They don't go to the other side of the bed. They come to you. They come to you because they know. Kids know. They've already figured out, without a single conversation about it, which parent carries the weight and which one is lighter. They love you both, but they need you specifically, every time, for everything. That is its own kind of honor. It is also its own kind of exhaustion. Here's a number. The average default parent makes somewhere between 30 and 40 invisible decisions before 9 in the morning. Not big decisions, small ones. Does this shirt match? Does she have enough water in that bottle? Is today library day? Did he take his vitamin? Small decisions stack up fast. By the end of a week, that's over 200 micro choices that existed entirely inside your head and nowhere else. Your partner floated through that same week making maybe 40. Most of those were about what to watch after the kids went to bed. The accumulation is insidious. Nobody notices a single decision, but after 1,000 of them, after 10,000, something shifts inside you. You become the keeper of details, the curator of normalcy. Every smooth morning, every packed lunch, every permission slip signed by the deadline, every outfit that actually coordinates. These things don't happen by accident. They happen because you decided they would. You decided at 11 p.m. when you found the slip. You decided by buying the groceries that make lunch possible. You decided by setting out tomorrow's clothes before bed. Your partner might think mornings just work. They work because you've choreographed them. You are the invisible director of a show that nobody knows is a show. Then it happens. You get sick, real sick. Fever, chills, the kind of sick where you can't lift your head off the pillow, and suddenly the whole machine grinds. Your partner doesn't know where the spare inhaler is, doesn't know the school pickup code, doesn't know that Tuesday is early release, not regular dismissal, doesn't know that the youngest needs her special water bottle or she won't drink anything all day. They're not being difficult. They genuinely don't know because you've been the one knowing for so long that nobody else had to. You built a whole system. You're the only one who can see it. This is when the discovery happens. Your partner tries. They genuinely attempt to fill the void. But it's like trying to rebuild a city from memory without the actual map. They make lists. They ask questions. They text you even though you're supposed to be resting because they need you to remember things you've already memorized. They're not doing it on purpose. They're doing it because the information only lives in your head. There is no documentation. There is no manual. The system is not a system at all. It's just you knowing. But there's a problem. The invisible work is invisible to everyone except you. Nobody is grading you. Nobody is sending a weekly performance review that says, excellent anticipatory planning, strong logistical follow-through. The work disappears the moment it's done. The dentist appointment gets scheduled and then just happens, and nobody thinks about the fact that someone had to remember it existed. You remembered. You always remember. You will always remember. That is not a compliment. That is just your life now. You try to explain it once. You pick a calm evening, kids are asleep. You sit down and you tell your partner that you're running on empty, that you need more help, not occasional help. Consistent, proactive, figure it out yourself help. Your partner nods. They say they hear you. They mean it. They really mean it. For 2 weeks, things are slightly better. The trash gets taken out without you asking. Dinner happens once without your involvement. Then it drifts. Not dramatically, just slowly, like it always does, back to the shape that's easiest, back to you. The reversion is not a failure exactly, it's just easier. Your partner slips back into the rhythm they were already in. You slip back into managing because that's what you do. Nobody makes a conscious choice to let you down. The system simply reasserts itself. The path of least resistance curves back toward you. After a few weeks, your partner stops remembering to ask what needs to happen. You stop mentioning it. The 2-week experiment becomes a memory of a 2-week experiment. You're left with a small, bitter knowledge. You asked for help and it worked until it didn't. The request itself becomes another invisible task. You have to ask, and asking is work. So you stop asking. It's easier not to, and the kids keep growing. That's the thing nobody tells you. There's no finish line you can see. You don't do all of this for a year and then get a break. The needs shift. They don't disappear. The lost shoe becomes a school conflict you have to mediate by phone in the parking lot of your office. The dentist appointment becomes a driving schedule and a sports schedule and a social calendar you manage like a project. You keep thinking it'll get easier. Older means more independent. More independent means less on you, that's the theory. In practice, you just trade one type of exhaustion for a different one. There are moments that make it feel worth it. Completely and totally worth it. A sick kid falls asleep on your chest. A good report card gets handed to you specifically because they wanted you to see it first. A tiny hand reaches up for yours in a parking lot out of pure habit, pure trust. Those moments are real. They're not performances. They fill something up in you that nothing else can touch. You hold on to those. You collect them. Some weeks, they're all you've got. But the cost of those moments is real too. The love they contain doesn't erase the exhaustion underneath it. The trust doesn't lighten the load. In fact, it sometimes makes it heavier because now you're not just managing logistics and emotions. You're guarding something precious. You're the keeper of their sense of safety. You're the one who taught them that one parent can be trusted with everything. You're the one who made that possible by being available for everything. It's a beautiful trap, and you built it yourself, one small decision at a time. But there's always something next. You go to a parent-teacher conference alone because your partner has a work thing. The teacher asks if your partner will be joining. You say no. She nods in the way people nod when they already knew the answer. You sit across from her and you discuss your child's reading level and their social development and their tendency to talk over other kids. You take notes. You'll summarize it later. You'll send a text with the highlights. Your partner will respond with a thumbs up, maybe a heart. You drive home in the dark. School's empty by now. The lot's empty. Your headlights are the only ones in it. You sit there a second before you go in. You can see the house from the street. Lights on, somebody still awake. Somebody who is going to need something the instant the door opens. A snack, a signature, a problem that could not possibly wait until morning. You'll handle it. You always handle it. You turn the radio down so you can think, and then you don't think about anything at all. You put it in drive. The house gets closer. Somebody you know is the default parent. If you had to think for even a second about whether it's you, it isn't. You already knew. They always already know.